I am Gurn Drugger, Endrin Master of the Raiders of Barak Thring. Aether Gold? We seek the Aether Gold, aye, but also the heirlooms of our people. More importantly, we seek our fellow Duardin to join us and travel across the realms and be brothers once more. 14 of us set out, my trusty Thunderers led by Old Garrick, and my fleet Endrin Riggers led by Dornful Lark. More will join our ranks, I'm sure, but the plunder awaits. Warriors, we have long held our garrison here in Thondia, watching over this mire and muck for signs of the enemy. We faced the beasts of chaos and the skulking uruks and horrible swamp monsters besides. I have never thought our efforts would be despoiled by pirate scum. But the Duardin are here, and their efforts are obscuring our watch. We shall venture forth and ask them to leave with all the due kindness and consideration they are due as allies of Sigmar. But if they refuse, well, we shall make them leave, or my name is an Aldavist Hawkfist.
Hey, so we are doing a game of Path to Glory. So we're going to be playing Kharadron Overlords versus Stormcast Eternal. I'm playing KO, and Rob's playing Stormcast Eternal. We'll be right back after deployment. Alright, so for the mission today, we're actually doing a custom mission. So as you can see, we've got 2 objectives on the board here, and the way this is going to work is really simple. For controlling your own objective, you get 1 point. But if you do manage to capture your opponent's objective, you're going to get 3 points. And then we're just going to do the regular 5 turns with battle tactics.
Excellent. Cool.
Hey, so I'm Andy. I'm playing Kharadron Overlords. And so I've got 580 points. And I'm playing the Barak Thring, which is the City of the Ancestors. So what I've got is an Endrin Master in the dirigible suit, and then I've got 3 Endrin Riggers, and they are battle line because of the Endrin Master being my general. And then I've got a unit of 10 Grunstock Thunderers. So just some points about my army is that the general, the Endrin Master, has the Supremely Stubborn command trait, as well as the Grudge Hammer artifact, and those all work alongside the general ability for Barak Thring, which is the incredibly stubborn rule. So I picked 3 units in Rob's army, and I get to reroll 1s to hit against those units. And then, so what that command trait means is, so one other thing is that when a model dies on a 4-up, they get to fight before they die, and the general gets to do that on a 2+, and then his Grudge Hammer weapon gives him +1 to hit in melee, and then in addition, if he targets one of Rob's units that I picked, if he rolls a 6 to hit, he does D3 mortal wounds in addition. So. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for my Kharadron Overlords.
Excellent. And do you have an artifact or?
Yeah, so the artifact is the Grudge Hammer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I missed
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
And
how many points was that?
So it's 580. Yeah, so it was the incredibly stubborn rule. Sorry, that's where if one dies on a 4-up, they can still fight, and then the rerolling 1s thing is called Chronicle of Grudges. So that's the thing.
580 points.
580 points. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. For myself, I've brought 570 points of the Hammers of Sigmar Stormcast Eternal Chamber. Leading the charge today, I have my Lord Aquilor, Aldous Hawkfist. He is from the Hammers of Sigmar, so he has to take their command trait, which is We Cannot Fail. That gives everybody that's wholly within 9 inches of him a 6+ save against any mortal wound or wound that is not saved by their armor. In addition, he also has the Godforged Blade. That's the Godforged Blade on his regular sword, and he has that, a shockbound axe, and a bolt pistol as well. Very, very armed to the teeth. I've also got 2 packs of Vanguard Hunters. Those guys are ready to go, and they're going to hang out on the board because I didn't want to use their sneaky redeployment rules this game.
Nice.
And then hiding over here in the corner, I have a team of 3 Vanguard Paladors. These ones are equipped with the Stormstrike Javelins and the bolt pistols as well. And yes, that is my army at 570 points.
Excellent.
And just one thing that I missed is one of the other things that Barrack Thring gets is something called Honor the Gods, just in case. And once per battle, I can pick a unit to when they're shooting or if they're in combat, and they get basically exploding 6s for that particular shooting or combat phase.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll come back in the first person's hero phase.
Exactly. Thanks, Rob.
All right, so we're starting off with my hero phase today, and because we have such a lovely small army, I'm going to start off with my battle tactic, which is going to be Ferocious Advance. This is pretty great because if I run 3 of my units within 3 inches of each other, they will score a battle victory point for myself, which is really delightful and easy. On top of that, I've also got my heroic action that I'm going to do. It's going to be Heroic Leadership. If I roll a dice and I get a 4+, I will add 1 more command point to my already 2 command points. And unfortunately, that is a failure.
I will do the same thing,
A fun choice.
and I don't get it either.
Ah, well, there we go. We're getting used to the commanding presences
Yeah.
of our armies. All right. I don't have any casters, I don't have any priests, I don't have anything exciting there to do in the hero phase, so we'll just move along to my movement phase. All right, movement phase is over. I've moved my dudes up. As you can see, we've all cowered behind this mighty tower of dragons because we're hoping that dwarf shooting will not hurt so bad if we do that. I've also used the special ability on my Vanguard Paladors for them to ride the Wind's Aetheric. This lets them roll 6 dice, and then they basically move that result as if they fly. They can't charge afterwards, but they can still shoot, which they are going to do now by throwing their Stormstrike Javelins at those Grundstock Thunderers.
I will spend a command point for
Yes.
all-out defense on the unit you're shooting.
A wise choice. All right, let's see what we got here. And I'm only rolling 2 because I've only got 2 that can see. The other one's behind the wall. So they're hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and they have -1 rend. So that is nothing, unfortunately. They are doing nada on this turn.
You made him waste a command point.
You did.
I did make him waste a command point. I will relish that command point for the time being. With that said and done, unfortunately, all the rest of my shooting is only 9 inches, so we're too far out of range, which means I'd go on to the charge phase. But again, I have no charges at the moment. We're too far away. So that ends my turn.
Cool. So you score, let's see.
I score 1, and I score 2 because I have my battle tactic completed of Ferocious Advance.
Okay, so you're on 3 points.
3 points.
3 points, and I guess we'll be back with Andy's hero phase.
All right, so we're back, and we're heading into the bottom of turn 1, so Kharadron Overlords, and so just a few things. I got a command point for my general still being alive, and so did Rob. And then I chose my battle tactic, so I picked Broken Ranks. So I'm going to try to kill his battle line unit back here.
No, not my battle
this
line
turn. Yeah. Sorry. And then for my I'm going to try Heroic Leadership. So again, try to get to CP on a 4+, and I do.
Oh.
I got to try that too. No.
So I have 4 command points. And so that's it for my hero phase. So I'm just going to go straight into movement. Okay, so we're back and we're into the shooting phase. And this shooting phase is really complicated, so we're probably going to do this in little takes. So I'm going to be starting with the Grundstock Thunderers, and I'm going to be shooting with the Aethershot rifles. So there's the leader here in the front, and then plus 2 other guys with those rifles. So a couple of things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pick the once per game, once per battle at the start of your shooting phase. I'm going to pick that unit, and they get exploding 6s. So I'm just going to blow that right now on them, and I'm also going to use their they get to spend an 1/8 of gold, and they're going to spend that to get inspired, which is +1 to wound as well. So these Aethershot rifles are going to be targeting Rob's guys back there. So they are hitting on 3s normally, but they're +1 to hit from them having all these different weapons. So now they're on 2s, rerolling 1s to hit.
So the whole unit is targeting one unit.
So these 3 guys at the front here just are targeting this unit over here, and then what's going to happen is everybody else back here can't target them. So whoever is visible back here is going to be targeting these guys over here.
Excellent.
I'm going to use a command point to use all out defense on those guys when we get shooting them.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll start with the attacks on these guys. 2s rolling 1s. And then the 6s become exploding, so I put 1 die back. And then they are wounding, so they're +1 to wound, so they're wounding on 3s. So I will take those away. So that is going to be 6 saves at rend 1 for your guys in the back there.
For my poor Vanguard Hunters. They have a 4+ save, but with the rend it bumps them up to 5. And that is going to be 3 failures. And then I've got my 6+ save afterwards because we cannot fail. How? One gentleman cannot fail, but unfortunately one is gunned down by those horrible dwarves.
All right, and then I got to figure out the rest of my shooting, if that's okay, and I'll come back. Okay, so carrying on with the shooting, so we've got the Engine Master with dirigible suit. So he is going to shoot into the guys in the back again as well. So he's got 6 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. So I do get to reroll those 1s. And then he is wounding on 3s. So that is 3 saves at rend 1.
Once again, 5s or 6s.
Whoa, whoa.
And what was the damage on those?
Just 1 damage.
All right. Can he fail? He fails, so he takes a wound.
And then I've got the Aether Cannon. So that's 1 shot and it's going into these guys in the back, and I think you were going to do all-out defense.
That is correct.
So this is hitting on a 3, rerolling 1s, and then wounding on 2. Wounds, so that is at rend 2.
Rend 2, they're normally armor save 4, -2, +1, so it's 5 or better. Oh, and unfortunately they're too far away to reroll.
So D3 damage. So that is 3 damage.
Ah, that's not what I needed. There is a grand total of 5 wounds on each one of those bird horses. So they've got 2 remaining.
And then finally, my last bit of shooting is from the engine riggers. They're targeting that unit in the back again. So I'm going to start with the volley gun. So it gets 6 shots. It's hitting on 4s. I'm going to spend a CP to get all-out attack.
Nice.
So now it's going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Wow, so just 1 miss. And then wounding on 4s. So wow, that's a good roll. So 4 saves at rend 1 on the back unit.
All right, with the all-out defense, we're saving on 4+.
Oh, that's, no, it's on the unit back here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, right. They'd only have a 4, so that would be 1 save and a 3 go through. And what was the damage?
Just
on?
1 damage on those.
All right, can we fail? Yes, indeed we can. So I'm going to kill those 2 there.
And then I've got 1 last chance to try to kill this unit. I've got a drill launcher with 1 shot, normally hitting on a 4, but with all-out attack hitting on a 3. And then wounding on a 3. Wounds, and so that is at rend 3.
Okay, so that goes right through. So how much damage is it doing?
D3 damage. So 3 damage. Oh, I nearly did it. Look at that.
Almost.
Don't you get your 6-up saves?
Yes, you're right, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll keep him around with with all of his wounds. And thank you for reminding me.
And then the rapid fire rivet gun is going to go into here. So that is 3 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, luckily.
Oh.
Actually, no, I didn't pick those as one of the units, so I can't reroll 1s against them. Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah, that would have been bad.
wow. So
That's,
I
that's
didn't.
toasty.
So I did not complete my battle tactic,
Most unfortunate.
but that was pretty close.
That was very close.
So I will score just 1 point for the round. I'm not going to do any charging. So, yeah, just 1 point.
Excellent. So this will be...
And we're going to be going into the roll-off for turn 2.
Yeah, the exciting roll-off.
And I got a 1.
I have a 2.
You want to have a think?
No, I will take the next turn.
Okay.
I do not want to take another turn of that dwarf shooting. That was all bad times.
That's true.
I hated every moment of it. All right.
So I guess we'll be back with your hero phase?
Yes, indeed. We'll be back with my hero phase in just one moment. All right, we're back for my hero phase at the beginning of turn 2. To start things off with, I'm going to spend one of my newly returned command points in order to try and rally those poor guys that just got shot full of dwarf drills. Any 6s means they come back, but no, those dwarven firearms are doing a fine job in putting them down for good. They are out. Ow. It's like a trip to the dentist, except with more car collisions involved. So after that, I'm going to pick my battle tactic for this turn. I'm going to be picking Broken Ranks, where I must destroy the battle line of my enemy's army. In this case, it's going to be those bubble boys there. I believe they're Endrinriggers, you said?
Yeah.
Right on. So those are going to be my target.
Okay.
That's what we're going to be shooting to kill. And then finally, I've got my heroic action, which is going to be, once again, heroic leadership on a 4+. I get that command point I just blew on rally back. But no, they are gone for good.
I am going to roll for a command point as well. And I get 1.
Nice.
So I'm on 4 command points.
Very nice indeed. Very good. All right, then I'm going to move along to my movement phase, and we'll come back after that. All right, we're back and we have moved and we are ready to start our shooting phase. So, leading the way, once again, is going to be Aldous Hawkfist. He's going to take his heavy bolt storm pistol and he's going to try and ventilate those bubble boys of the Endrinrigger variety.
I will spend a CP for all-out defense.
A fine decision. So this is 4 attacks at 9-inch range, 3s and 3s to hit, and 1 damage. So he's hit 3 times, and he's wounded twice, excuse me.
And no rend on that?
No rend on that,
Okay, so
unfortunately.
with +1 to save, I'm saving on 3s. So both saved.
Very nice. I'll also take my sneaky Vanguard Paladors at the back there. So they're going to take a shot with their Bolt Storm pistols. These are also 3s and then 4s to wound, with 2 attacks apiece. Very nice. They're expert shots and 4s to wound. They're expert shots, but they're not so great at hurting those tough dwarves.
Okay.
So there's nothing there. But I do have Star Strike javelins that I can throw at them. So those are 3s and 3s with -1 rend. So this time they've hit twice, and they have wounded once at -1 rend.
Okay, so I'm back up to a 4.
Indeed.
I save.
Curses. Well, I gotta say, those bubbles are much tougher than I expected.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and take them on hand-to-hand. So, charge phase then. All right, so it's time to charge, and Lord Aldous Hawkfist is going to take the charge right into those poor bubble boy of the Endrinriggers. And what do we got here? Oh yeah, he loves it. He's disappointed with all that shooting. He wants to take him on hand to hand. Get in there and get close and personal.
Do you want to move him in and then...
Yes,
Okay.
yes I do.
All right. Well, at that point, I will spend a CP to do Unleash Hell with the Thunderers.
Yep, that's the way that's going to be.
And this is going to be complicated, so I'm going to need to take a moment. All right, so Rob charged in with his general. I'm going to do Unleash Hell with the Thunderers. So they are, some of the weapons are +1 to hit because of pin them, shred them, finish them, but they're at -1 to hit because of Unleash Hell. So the Aethershot rifles are -1 to hit, so they're on 4s, rerolling 1s. So I will reroll the 1s, and I'll take away the misses, and then they are wounding on 4s. So that is 4 saves at rend 1.
All right, normally he's got a 3+ save, so he's saving on 4+, as in for Sigmar. Yes!
Whoa.
Much better. All right, and then he possibly could fail saving that one roll. He does not fail!
Wow.
He is not failing this time.
All right. Okay. So then I've got the fumigators. They're going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s.
There's another one.
Oh yeah, thank you. All right, so I'll take away the misses, and then they are wounding on 3s. So that is, wow, 5 saves at rand 1.
All right, once again, for Sigmar. Oh, an escape. Oh, I love that Sigmar.
Goodness.
He saved everything?
I saved all of them for Sigmar.
Okay, all right, so then the deck sweeper does get the +1 to hit. So then these are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
The hardware.
Should I reroll that? Okay,
Yeah.
and then I'll reroll the 1s. Okay, so that's a miss, those are misses, and then I'm wounding on 4s with the deck sweepers. So that is 2 at rend 1.
All right, for Sigmar. Oh, 1 gets through, and he possibly could fail. He does fail, takes a wound.
Okay. All right, and then there are 2 Aether cannons. So they're going to get 2 shots each, and so they do get the +1 to hit. So they are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oh, I rolled 2 2s, and then they're wounding on 2s. So 1 at rend 2.
All right, so this is going to be 5s or 6s.
Oh.
Yes! That armor's amazing!
And then finally, the mortar gets 2 shots, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. So 2 hits, and then wounding on 3s. That's 1 at no rend.
All right. It's a save again.
Wow, he tanked everything.
That was so hard. Well, he got 1 wound. I mean, that it's not a drill to the face, which I'm sure is coming soon.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that was my charging phase, except I've still got charging because I've got those griff
Yeah, so go ahead
the
and
Paladors.
do a charge.
Let's get those guys in there too. Oh yeah, they want it with 9 inches.
Nice.
So hungry. So hungry.
Is that the last one to charge in?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Everything else is too far out.
Can we help him?
Yeah, let's just slide him in and we'll get him in there.
And the wound was on this guy, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
he had 2 wounds remaining. All right, so with that all said and done, I've got to figure out how I'm going to start mixing it up for the fight phase.
I guess we'll be back with that.
Yes, we'll be back with the fight phase in just one moment. All right, so it's fighting time. We like to fight. So we're doing Vanguard Paladors to start off with. I'm going to spend my last CP in order to activate all-out attack, so that's +1 on all of their attacks. I've got 1 of them who can only go after the Thunderers, and I've got 2 of them going after those horrible, horrible Endrin Riggers. So, for my fighting, I've got...
And just as a heads up, I'll be putting all-out defense on the Endrin Riggers.
A good call, a good call. Right, so I'm going to lead the way with the Star Strike Javelins on the Endrin Riggers.
And you used
So-
your last CP for all attack, right?
I did, yes, I did. So we're going to hit on 3s, wound on 3s. So that's 1 hit, and 1 wound at -1 rend.
On the
Riggers.
on the Riggers. Okay, so -1 rend.
Yep.
So saving on a 4 rend. So saved.
Very nice, very nice. Then we got Razor Beaks and Claws into the Endrin Riggers. And these are going to be 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, -2 rend. These are a little spicier. Yeah, so those are all hits. As usual, Bird Horses doing all the work. Whoops. Except that is only 2 potential wounds at -2 rend.
Okay, so I'm back up to a 5. And 1 goes through.
Nice. Only 1 damage.
Only 1 damage. I will put a wound marker on this guy at the front here.
Oops. All right, and then the other one into the Thunderers. So he's got his javelin as well, hitting on 3s. Nope.
Are they only hitting on 3s when you have all-out attack?
With the javelins, yes. With the Bird Horses, they're doing it on 2s. So that is 2 more potential wounds. And that is 2 wounds at -2 on the Thunderers.
On the Thunderers, so they'll be up to a 6. Whoa!
Nice, hot dice, hot dice.
It's a slap fight, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. The one last thing I've got is my Lunar Blade on my Palador Prime. If it rolls a 2+, he does a mortal wound to the boys. That is a mortal wound to those engine riggers.
A mortal wound?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll kill this guy.
Zero.
You didn't kill him. Palador.
All right, your activation there, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Endrin Master with dirigible suit. So he's gonna pile in towards your general.
Sure.
Like so. And so he has an athematic soar. So he gets 3 attacks. And I will spend a CP to give him all-out attack. This could be risky, but yeah, that's all my CP. But that gives him +1s, and he's rerolling 1s to hit. So he's sitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Okay.
And there was that special rule that he had with his Grudge Hammer. Oh, he's already. I don't need to do that because he's already +1 to hit.
Okay.
So that's fine. And yeah, so any wound rolls of 6 are going to be special.
D3 mortal wounds, was that?
D3 mortal wounds in addition, yeah.
Oh.
So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Oh, good thing.
So they all hit, and then the wounding on 2s, and yeah, I'm hoping for 6s here. Yeah, so D3 mortal wounds.
Is that in addition or in exchange?
In addition.
Okay.
So I'll do the mortal wounds. So that's going to be 3 mortal wounds, and then 2 saves at Ren 2.
All right.
Nice.
So it's going to be 5s and 6s. I save 1.
Okay, so they are D3 damage each. So that is another 3 damage. So I guess you've got 6 of those 6-up saves.
That is correct. Will he fail?
No.
He fails all but 1, which means he has 1 wound remaining.
Wow.
Oh, I nearly killed him.
He's so
That was
close.
so close.
He's in a lot of pain. I won't lie.
Yeah.
He knows he's been in a fight today.
No longer a slap fight.
No. But unfortunately, he has to leave that attack unanswered because he has to go and get those bubble boys.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've still got enough range on those to get
10
him
points.
for those points. 1-inch range on that, and he should have got him.
I think you're good. Do you have a combat? Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
him.
you're good. Yeah.
All right, so going in, he's got a Starbound Blade. This has got 3 attacks at 3s to 3s and -1 rend with 2 damage a pop. And it's a Godforged Blade, which means any 6s I roll to hits, add 1 to the damage characteristic of the attack. All right, so that's not going to factor in, but we hit 3 times, and we wounded 3 times at -1 rend.
Okay, so they're back up to a 4. And 2 go through.
That is damage 2 apiece.
Okay, so they are dead.
Yes.
Whoa.
And that means that I get to teach that little dirigible suit a lesson with some extra spiciness. I just gotta find his stats there again. There. So he's got a shock hand axe. It's 2 attacks at 3s and 3s. That's 2 hits. And 1 wound at no rend.
So he is saving on a 3, I believe. Yes. So that goes through.
All right.
Just 1 damage?
Just 1 damage on that. And then I've got Razor Beacon Claws. Once again, 3s and 3s with -2 rend. And any 6s I roll to hit are going to be mortal wounds instead.
Whoa.
Whoa.
6s.
That's 3 6s. So that's 3 mortal wounds for that nasty, nasty dwarf.
Okay, so he's taken 4 wounds.
Excellent.
Ouch.
And how many does he have?
He has 8 wounds.
8 wounds?
Oh, man.
Gosh, that's a tough dwarf.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so I will go with the Thunderers, see if I can actually finish off your guy there. I don't know if I can get for piling
Do you
in.
want to come back after pylon?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so the Thunderers, I'm not expecting much from them, but they're just going to attack with their gun butts into these guys right here. So there's 6 of them get to attack. They're hitting on 4s. Oh, that's not too bad. And then they're wounding on 4s. So that is 3 at no rend for these guys right here.
Saving on 4+, as in for Sigmar! Oh,
Whoa, well done.
do you want me to roll this one and bounce out?
It's up to you. There you go.
Well, that's Sigmar.
Okay. And that is it for combat, I think.
That is all the combat. We're on to Battle Shock then. And there's no Battle Shock for that either.
No.
Yeah,
So,
everything got wiped out.
Right on.
So, do you guys know what you scored?
Well, I wiped out the Bubble Boys, so that's 2 for me. And then I've still got my objective over
Yeah.
here, so that's another 3.
Cool.
So you'll be on 6.
I am on 6.
Going into my turn 2. All right, so we're heading into Kharadron Overlords turn 2, bottom of turn 2, and so start of the hero phase. My battle tactic, I'm going to choose Slay the Warlord, so I'm going to try and kill Rob's general, and then for my heroic action, I'm going to try to heal with with my general, the engine master. So he needs to roll below 8. And he does, so he's going to get D3 back, and he gets 1 back, so he's now taken 3 wounds.
That looks like a great idea. I'm going to do that too. My bravery is 10, and I've rolled below that, so I'm going to roll a dice, and I get, yes, 3 back.
Maximum, yeah.
Maximum. And that means he's got, there we go.
Nice.
And there's going to be no movement,
No, that's true.
so we can go straight
You
into
could retreat.
so we can go straight into shooting.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Au secours, aidez-moi.
Yeah, so I am going to start off with the engine master with dirigible suit. He's going to put all of his shooting into the general. He will spend a command point to get +1 to hit, all-out attack, and then he's going to use his once per battle Aether Gold as well.
Wait,
to
isn't
get,
he already +1 to hit? Isn't that
with his melee. He is.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but not with his shooting. So he's +1 to hit with shooting, and then he's going to spend his once per game Aether Gold to get +1 to wound with this shooting as well, and try to take this guy down.
Okay.
So he's got 6 shots with his weapon battery, so he's going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So they all hit.
Wow.
And then he's wounding on 2s. So 5 saves at rend 1 for your general.
Right on. He's going to be saving that on 4s or better. For Sigmar. 2 go through. Oh, it's all right.
Nope.
I got 6s. Nope, that's 2 down, so he's at 5 now.
And how many wounds do they have left?
He's got 2 remaining.
All right, okay, this is
He's
this is
getting
big.
close.
Okay, so 2s re-rolling 1s, wounds, and then wounding on 2s. Oh! And then the last one, that was big.
Oh no.
And then on a 2, re-rolling 1s,
Oh my gosh.
and then wounding on a 2. Yep, so rend 1.
And sorry, this is still a gun?
Yes.
Okay, so -1 rend, that means 4 Sigmar! Yes!
Oh.
Oh, he's just tonguing the line here. He's like, yes, must keep.
Okay, so can the Thunderers shoot into him instead of them?
I think the rule is they have to shoot a unit that's within 3 inches.
Okay, so they're going to put all of their shooting into him then, which is
Oh.
unfortunate.
Why don't we check that and be right back?
Yeah. I am back, so I'm going to be shooting the Thunderers into these guys. I actually will spend a CP to get +1 to hits, because some of these guys are not going to get +1 to hit, so I just want to make sure that I can maximize my shooting. So I'm going to spend a CP to get +1 to hit with them. So the Aether Shot rifles, they get 1 extra attack, so they're going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. There we go, and yep, and then I will be wounding on 4s. So I'll take away these misses. So that's pretty good. That is 8 saves at rend 1 for your guys at the back here.
Okay, so that is now saving on 5s and 6s. Have a dozen 1. How much damage was it?
1 damage each.
Okay. I'm just going to double check to make sure I've got my range on my general there for that we cannot fail. That was 9 inches, so yeah, he's there within 9. Easily. So checking for 6s. So that is 3 wounds. So one guy has 1 wound left, and one guy dies horribly.
Okay. So you want to wound, like a 1 wound counter on one of these guys?
Yeah, just that one there.
Okay, great.
That's good.
Okay, so then the fumigators are hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Still a miss, and then wounding on 3s for the fumigators. So that is 5 saves at rend 1.
5 saves at rend 1. Once again, 5s and 6s. Nope. We're looking to see if we can fail on that. No, we definitely fail that. So that's another one down. And that one transfers over to the other guy there.
Sure. And so then we get the deck sweepers, so they will be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Whoa. Oh, that's a lot of ones.
Okay, so those 2 miss still, and then deck sweepers wound on 4s. So I'll take away these ones, and they are at rend 1. Just 1 damage, so 3 of those.
All right, 5s and 6s again. I save 2, and will we fail? He does, so he takes another wound.
Okay, I'll put a wound guy on here. So then it's the Aether Cannon, so they'll be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Still a miss, and then wounding on 2s. So 2 saves at rend 2.
All right, looking for 6s. Those aren't 6s.
Okay, D3 each.
Oh no.
So that is 3 wounds.
Let's do it again. No 6s there either, so he is toast.
All right, that is the end of my shooting.
Ooh, okay.
That is unfortunate.
I guess we'll be back with the combat phase.
All right, we're back and we're into the combat phase. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm attacking with my general into his general. I've got to take off 2 wounds from this guy to finish him off. So he's attacking with his Aethematic Sword. He's got 3 attacks. He's +1 to hit with it because of his Grudge Hammer, and he's rerolling 1. So 2's rerolling 1s to hit. So they all hit, and then I'm hoping for some 6s to wound, but he's wounding on 2s. And so there's going to be, that was almost the same roll as last time. So I'll roll the D3 mortal wounds that you take. So you take 2 mortal wounds.
Right.
And then you've got to make 2 saves at rend 2.
All right. So at the rend -2, that means he's saving on 5s and 6s. Saves 1. That means that he's going to be doing 3.
So then a D3 on that one.
Oh, a D3. All right,
Yeah.
go for it.
So another 2.
Okay, this is a little dicey.
So you got to roll 3
So I've
6s.
got to roll 3
Is it
6s.
4? Because you rolled 2 mortal wounds.
Well, if you,
2 mortal wounds and 2 regular wounds. So
Yeah,
he's got to
so
roll
he's got-
3 6s.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot there was...
Yeah.
That's right.
so I
So
need
3
to roll
6s. Here we go.
6s
You can do
here.
it, Rob.
Here we
Mark
go.
of the Beast!
Let's see some bestial.
I saw
If I
one.
start adding them together,
Yeah, exactly.
no, alas, no, he is
Okay.
toasted.
Wow.
Thus ends Lord Hawkfist, unless he comes back, depending on Path to Glory rolls.
Oh!
We don't know.
What is that?
Well, after the game and the upkeep.
Oh,
phase
after the
of
game.
Glory
I'm sorry, totally.
I mean, he might have suffered a fatal saw injury, or he might have buffed his chest plate and he needs to go and check.
Cool.
We'll have to check, but
Yeah.
it's a painful wound right now is the important thing, and he's not fighting anymore for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's bad news for me, because I needed those guys for offense.
It's not good news.
It's not great news.
So then we're rolling on turn 3.
Yeah, you're rolling
Yep.
turn 3
And I got to score my
score your
points. So I
Score your
score.
points.
I've slayed
Score
the
your
warlord, and so then I'm up to 4 points.
Yes, indeed.
This is all true.
And you still have your objective 2, which is excellent. And then on to turn 3, you've got a
5.
5.
Oh!
You can keep it if you want.
Yeah, it goes to the top. The tie goes to the top of the turn. Do you want to have a think?
No, I'm going to take it. Yeah. All right, so we're back for the start of turn 3. Once again, the Stormcast are taking the lead. I've only got 1 command point in my hero phase, and for my battle tactic, I'm going to be picking Slay the Warlord. so I can knock the last 5 wounds off of that dirigible suit and send him squealing off like a deflating balloon.
Heroic action?
That's not a thing I can do because I have no heroes.
Oh, okay. Well, I will.
You've got a heroic.
So I'm going to try to heal my hero. So he rolls under his bravery, and then he gets D3 back for the big 3.
Oh.
So he's healed.
He just a little,
healed.
yeah, exactly. A little bit of sealant right in the gaps there. Good as new. All right. Well then, we'll go on to the movement phase, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't go as planned. So what has happened here? I've rolled a 1 on my run roll, which means while Vanguard Hunters can run and shoot, they can only shoot 9 inches. So when they run a whole 6 inches, and they're well 9 short of their whole target. So they're not going to be slaying the Warlord this turn, and because they ran, they cannot charge either. Which means that unfortunately, that's basically my turn. So now we're over to the Kharadron Overlords.
Oof.
All right, so we're into the bottom of turn 3 with Kharadron Overlords, and so what I'm going to do is I've chosen my battle tactic, which is Conquer. So I'm going to try to take over Rob's objective back there. It's going to be a bit of a jump, but we'll see if we make that happen. I'm going to try to get an extra CP with my roll here. Actually, no, I think what I'll do... Finest hour.
Finally.
Finest hour. Let's do finest hour. There it is. Finest hour.
Finest hour.
All right. No expense spared for the the cards there.
John Hammond from
And
Jurassic Park.
yeah, and that is
No expense.
I've spared no expense. I'm just going to go straight into my movement phase. So we'll be back then. All right, and we're back, and so I'm going to go with my Thunderers with shooting phase, and they're going to shoot into these guys up here. So I'm going to start with the Aether Shot rifles. So they are hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. They don't get the +1 to hit. So no 1s there, but they do hit on the 3s, and they are then wounding on 4s. So that is only 1 at rend 1.
All right, 5s and 6s. Nope.
Just 1 damage.
Just no damage.
And then the Fumigators are hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, so 2 hits, and then wounding on 3s. So 2 saves at rend 1.
Once again, 5s and 6s. No luck.
So just 1 damage each. And then I get the Deck Sweepers, so they are +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 3s. There's 1 there they can reroll. Nope. And then they're wounding on 4s. So 2 at rend 1 for them.
Nope. Ah, I saved 1.
So just 1 damage. And then the Mighty Aether Cannons, they're +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. So they're both, and they're wounding on 2s. These are the good ones. Here we go. So 2 saves at rend 2.
Ooh, 6s.
Oh,
1 save.
Okay, so D3 damage for 2 damage. And then the 1 mortar hits on a 3. Reroll the 1. Still hit, still miss.
It really wanted to be a 1.
It really wanted to be 1. And then I get to shoot with the Endrin Master. He's going to shoot into the same unit. He will spend a CP to do all-out attack. So do you want to do all-out defense?
No, that's all right.
Okay, so he's going to get 6 shots, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Roll the 1. And then he will wound on 3s. So that is 4 saves at rend 1.
All right, 5s and 6s again. No.
Okay, so just 1 damage each.
All right, that'll clear the team.
Okay, that's it for my shooting. So now we're into the charge phase. I may as well just roll this.
Sure.
So what kind of charge do I have to make there, Rob? Is it like a 9-inch charge?
Yep, looks like 9 will do it.
Okay, well I've got the CP to spare, but can I roll it?
That's what he's charging.
You will get to shoot me as I charge in.
That's true.
That's a 9.
That is a 9.
So I think he's in. So
Do
Yep.
you want to unleash hell, or do you want to? What do you want to do?
I'll unleash hell at him just for the heck of it.
Sure.
Hitting on 4s when you on 4s.
You'd be at -1 to hit.
Yeah, that's with
Yeah.
the -1. And that's a miss. You got nothing.
Okay. Well, I'll just
Oh.
go straight into the combat phase then.
Let's do it.
All right, so he gets 3 attacks with my general there. So he is going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. So they all hit. And then he is wounding on 2s against 6s and mortal wounds in addition. So nope, but just 2 go through at Ren 2.
All right, looking for 6s. No 6s there.
D3 damage each. So that is 2 wounds.
And he is toast.
Wow.
And unfortunately, that is my entire army once again wiped from the table.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh,
Rough game.
Yes. Lot of guns.
yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I will, so then I'll get my Conquer, and so I take the objective, and I will take his as well, so then at the end of that turn, I would get 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 5 of my own, so I'd be up 8 points, which would put me to 12, I think, so.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah, so, yeah, that is the end of turn 3, and I think
The end of the game.
End of the
I
game,
have
yeah.
nothing remaining to contest. Well played, sir.
Good game.
Good game.
Nice.
Hey.
All right. Well, just to inform as a wrap up, this was my first time actually playing Kharadron Overlords as a faction. I've used them in Tempest Eye, but this was actually the first time trying them as a faction, and they're pretty fun army. Lots of shooting, obviously. The game went pretty well for me. I mean, early on, Rob went ahead on points, so I was kind of worried, but the shooting and then some of the combat from the general really worked out, and yeah, I was pretty happy with how I did. And Rob?
That dude is a beast. He's an absolute monster. I was amazed at the amount of damage that he was putting out. He just tore through my stuff like it was tissue paper, except for those armors that I was making. I think if I had to do it again, I think I'd try and remember the Unleash Hell ability a little earlier on. Because I think that if I could have waited for your stuff to spread out a bit before putting on the pressure, I might have been able to sneak in there and get it so that all that stuff wasn't just hammering on me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a try next time. We'll see how that goes.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for the game.
Hey, thank you.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And hit the bell. I think that's something that YouTube does. Like, comment, subscribe below.
And
Thanks for
more videos coming soon.
Ooh, yes.
Hey everyone, real quick, right before the credits, I wanted to mention my favorite store for hobby supplies, magicstronghold.com. They're not paying me anything to say this, but they've been so kind to me, and they have the best selection of hobby supplies of anywhere I've come across in Canada. They've got War Colors, AK Interactive, Scale 75, Gamer's Grass, Green Stuff World, you name it, they've got it, and great deals on Games Workshop products as well. Give them a call. Please tell them I sent you. Link in the description.